upbeat music playing. Host: Good morning, sports fans, and welcome back to Four-Year Starters Daily Lineup, the podcast that brings you all the latest headlines from the world of sports. I'm your host, your name, and as always, I'm here to bring you the excitement, the passion, and the drama that only sports can deliver. But before we dive into today's lineup, let's kick things off with a fun fact about this incredible day in sports history. Did you know that on this day, August 6th, back in 1932, the 10th Olympic Games came to a close in Los Angeles? It was a momentous occasion, not only because it marked the first time that the Games were held in the United States, but also because it was during these Games that the tradition of lighting the Olympic flame was born. Talk about a legendary moment that still ignites our spirits to this day. Now let's get down to business. We have two captivating stories lined up for you today, and they're guaranteed to keep you on the edge of your seat. In our first story, it's a battle of the Titans as the U.S. women's national team faces off against Sweden in a crucial World Cup showdown. These two powerhouses have a storied history on the field, and you can bet that both teams will be leaving it all out there today. It's a clash of skill, strategy, and sheer determination. Will the USWNT continue their dominant performance and march towards World Cup glory, or will Sweden prove to be a formidable obstacle on their path to victory? We'll break down the key matchups, analyze the tactics, and make our predictions. Trust me, folks, you won't want to miss this one. And in our second story, we take a look at the ever-changing landscape of college football. The Big Ten Conference has been making waves recently with talks of expansion, and the implications for future scheduling are huge. How will this expansion affect the conference's power dynamics? Which teams will benefit from the realignment, and which ones may find themselves facing tougher challenges? We'll dive deep into the world of college football politics and explore all the potential scenarios that could play out. Get ready for some intense rivalry talk and a whole lot of speculation. So there you have it, folks, a tantalizing lineup that will surely get your adrenaline pumping. As always, make sure to follow us on social media for the latest updates and behind-the-scenes content. And remember, life may be unpredictable, but with sports, we can always count on the thrill of the game. Thanks for tuning into Four-Year Starters Daily Lineup, where every day is game day. Music fades out. Transition. Ladies and gentlemen, sports fans of all kinds, welcome to another exhilarating episode of Sports Blitz. I'm your host, bringing you the latest and greatest headlines from the world of sports. So, without further ado, let's dive right into the action. Story 1. Aaron Rodgers' sideline appearance, Skip Bayless's analysis of top quarterbacks, and Zach Wilson's promising performance in the Hall of Fame game. First up on our list of success stories, we have none other than Aaron Rodgers making a surprise sideline appearance. After an off-season filled with drama and speculation, Rodgers is back on the field, reminding us all why he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of our time. But hey, speaking of quarterbacks, our very own Skip Bayless has some analysis that'll leave you in awe. He's breaking down the top gunslingers in the league, dissecting their skills with precision and passion. And while we're on the topic of quarterbacks, let's not forget about the impressive showing from the rookie sensation, Zach Wilson. He's already turning heads in the Hall of Fame game, showcasing his potential and making us all wonder what the future holds. It's a game changer, folks. Story 2. Get ready for the highly anticipated WWE SummerSlam 2023, featuring intense rivalries and championship battles in a night of unforgettable wrestling action. But wait. Let's switch gears for a moment and step into the electrifying world of professional wrestling. Brace yourselves because WWE SummerSlam 2023 is just around the corner, and it's shaping up to be an epic showdown. We're talking about intense rivalries, championship battles, and a night filled with unforgettable wrestling action. The anticipation is building, folks, and the stakes have never been higher. So grab your popcorn, secure your seat, and get ready for a night that'll have you on the edge of your seat. It's going to be a slam-bang extravaganza. Story 3. A heated altercation between the Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Guardians resulted in the ejections of Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez after a physical confrontation at second base. The incident highlights the intensity of competition and may lead to disciplinary actions for both teams. And finally, folks, Let's talk about a recent clash that left us all gasping for breath. The Chicago White Sox and Cleveland Guardians found themselves in a heated altercation, resulting in the ejections of both Tim Anderson and Jose Ramirez. It was a physical confrontation at second base that showcased the raw intensity of competition in Major League Baseball. Now, this incident might have some serious repercussions, as disciplinary actions loom over both teams. It's a stark reminder that emotions can run high, and even the fiercest of competitors can find themselves caught up in the heat of the moment. Stay tuned for the fallout, my friends, as this story unfolds. Well, there you have it, folks. Another thrilling edition of Sports Blitz has come to an end. But don't you worry, we'll be back soon with more heart-pounding headlines from the world of sports. Until then, keep that sports spirit alive, and remember, it's not just a game, it's a way of life. The United States women's national team is gearing up for a highly anticipated match against Sweden in the round of 16 at the Women's World Cup. This matchup holds significant importance as it continues a long-standing rivalry between the two teams. Both sides understand the stakes and are determined to come out on top. The USWNT and Sweden have a history of facing each other in major tournaments, and this clash in the knockout stage adds another chapter to their fierce competition. The USWNT, led by head coach Vlatko Andonovski, will be looking to prove themselves against a formidable opponent. In recent years, Sweden has proven to be a thorn in the side of the USWNT. They have been a tough opponent, particularly in key moments like the Olympics. The upcoming match will be a test of the USWNT's ability to overcome this challenge and showcase their dominance. To understand the dynamics of this matchup, it's important to examine the 3 matches played between the two teams under Andonovski's leadership. These matches resulted in a win, a draw, and a loss for the USWNT, reflecting the team's overall performance in recent times. The USWNT has experienced a period of transition with a new coach, struggles against top teams, and a disappointing performance at the Olympics. Some players, like Carly Lloyd, have expressed doubts about Andonovski's management and the team's mentality during this tournament. However, there have been moments where the team has shown support for their coach. In their first match under Andonovski's leadership in 2019, Lloyd voiced her approval of his tactical philosophy and the positive atmosphere within the team. Andonovski has emphasized the importance of playing attractive football and has made efforts to improve the team's performance. The match against Sweden provides an opportunity for the USWNT to prove themselves and advance in the tournament. It will be a crucial test of their abilities and a chance to silence their critics. In conclusion, the USWNT's upcoming match against Sweden in the round of 16 at the Women's World Cup is a crucial showdown. The team aims to prove their dominance and overcome the challenges they have faced in recent times. Led by coach Vlatko Andonovski, the USWNT is determined to showcase their talent and advance further in the tournament. Remember, it's not just a game, it's a battle for glory on the world stage. Will the USWNT rise to the occasion and conquer their long-standing rival? Only time will tell. Stay tuned for an exhilarating clash that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. The Big Ten Conference's expansion with the addition of Oregon and Washington has caused a major shakeup in future scheduling. The inclusion of these new teams has forced schedule makers to rework what they thought was a finalized schedule for the 2024 season. Unlike any other major college football conference, the Big Ten will require certain members to make cross-country road trips. With USC and UCLA also joining the conference next summer, the Big Ten will now have 4 Pac-12 schools, meaning that every Big Ten school will likely have to make at least one trip out west in 2024. The original schedule had 6 schools: Maryland, Rutgers, Penn State, Michigan State, Indiana, and Purdue, avoiding trips to USC or UCLA, resulting in shorter travel distances for conference games. However, with the addition of Oregon and Washington, these schools will now have to make longer trips. For example, USC alone was originally scheduled to travel over 16,000 miles round trip in 2024 due to road games against Maryland, Penn State, and Purdue. UCLA also had significant travel distances, including conference road games against Rutgers, Michigan, and Indiana, as well as non-conference road games against Hawaii and LSU. This level of travel is unusual even within other Power 5 conferences, even with recent expansion. The Big 12, which welcomed BYU, Cincinnati, Houston, and UCF, now faces the longest distance between two members from Provo, Utah to Orlando, Florida. However, this distance is still approximately 1,100 miles less round trip than what USC and UCLA will have to endure during conference play in the Big Ten. In response to the travel challenges, the Big Ten has introduced a new scheduling model called Flex Protect Plus. This model aims to give each team a favorable travel schedule every season. Most schools will have up to 3 protected annual rivalries, except for Penn State, which has 0 protected rivalries. The conference will maintain a 9-game schedule with a rotation of conference opponents. Overall, the addition of Oregon and Washington to the Big Ten has created significant scheduling challenges, requiring teams to make cross-country trips. The conference's new scheduling model aims to mitigate these challenges by providing favorable travel schedules, but the impact of the expanded conference on future scheduling remains to be seen. In summary, the addition of Oregon and Washington to the Big Ten Conference has led to significant scheduling challenges, including cross-country road trips for certain members. The Big Ten has introduced a new scheduling model called Flex Protect Plus to address these challenges and provide favorable travel schedules. However, the impact of the expanded conference on future scheduling is still uncertain. Upbeat music fades in. Host. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. You've just witnessed another exhilarating episode of 4-Year Starter, where we dive deep into the world of sports and uncover the untold stories of our favorite athletes. I'm your host, and I have to say, what a game we've had today. Co-host. Absolutely, my friend. It's been an absolute blast discussing the highs, the lows, and everything in between. From jaw-dropping victories to heart-wrenching defeats, we've covered it all. Host. That's right, and we couldn't have done it without our incredible listeners. Your passion for sports is what keeps us going, pushing us to bring you the most captivating stories from the field, court, and beyond. Co-host. We want to take a moment to express our gratitude to all of you out there who have been supporting us week after week. Your cheers and applause motivate us to keep going, to keep delivering the best content possible. Host. And speaking of support, we'd love for you to join our amazing community on social media. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at 4-Year Starter Podcast. We'll be sharing behind-the-scenes footage, exclusive interviews, and keeping you updated on all things sports. Co-host. Absolutely, folks. And make sure to stay tuned because tomorrow we have a special surprise for all of you. Trust us, it's going to be a game changer. Host. That's right, folks. We're raising the stakes, bringing you an episode that you won't want to miss. So mark your calendars and set those reminders because tomorrow we're coming at you with more sports, thrills, and spills. Co-host. And remember, like any great athlete, we're always looking to improve and bring you the best sports content out there. So if you have any suggestions, comments, or simply want to connect, feel free to drop us a line. We love hearing from our fans. Host. That's a wrap for today, folks. Thanks again for joining us on 4-Year Starter. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and remember, in the game of life, you're always the MVP. Upbeat music fades out.